You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.
Sparkling Minds is an association which was coined from people who are actually thirsty to give back to the society. Not that they had a lot, but they thought the little we have, mbona tusirudishe mkono kwa society. So tukafikiria tutarudishaje mkono. Manake sisi ni products wa society, and that is why we are who we are today. Bila society, we are nothing. So tukaamua kukuja pamoja kama group, na tukaamua kuanzisha association, which was registered on 20th July 2023 as an association. Kutoka hapo tukaketi tukafikiria sana, tukajiuliza hii certificate tutafanya nao nini? Ndio tuko na certificate, lakini tutafanya nao nini hii certificate? So tukaamua kuketi pamoja na tukaanzisha mambo ya growing of trees. Na when we started growing trees, we thought of growing 1 million trees in 1 year, which was extra ambitious. And we were like, yes, we can. But how are we going to do it? That was now the big question. So we started following those who were growing trees. We went to Jomvu, we went to Mikindani, we participated in growing of mangroves. Then we decided now it is time we start our own site to grow our own mangroves, to start nursery beds to grow our own mangroves. We were too much into the environment. We thought we could give to the society through environment. So we met a few friends who were very, very impressed with the mind we had. And the advice we got first was, why are you going far? You are based in Mvita. Why don't you try Moroto? Not actually Moroto, but Chuda Creek.
Yeah.
Adopt a site there and grow mangroves. Why are you going to where everybody else is? Try elsewhere. Wengine wetu ni vimbele naturally. And we took ourselves to Chuda, and we got very supportive people, the chiefs, the DCC, and we went to Moroto slums. It was not easy to be in Moroto slums. And hapo ndio nilishukuru Mungu, nilijiambia kumbe huwa nasema sina, kumbe Mungu umenibariki sana, asante sana. I have a roof on top of my head. I eat every day. I can watch TV, I can do ABCD. And I told myself, thank you, my creator. So as we were coming out of Moroto, we were highly traumatized, especially me. Let me not talk on behalf of others. And we thought of this place, we cannot grow mangroves. The way it is, the mangroves will get choked because of the reclamation of land and the garbage and all that. And we said, how do we sensitize people of Moroto? And when that thought came to our mind, we told ourselves, if I want to win you, I can win you through your child. So the book club issue came from there. Then we said we want to start a book club. And how are we going to start a book club? How will we tap the Moroto people? Do we just walk into Moroto and tell them we want to start a book club? Will they listen to us? What do we have? They're used to people going with big monies. These are people who have no money. What are we going to do? And one of the ladies said, hawa ni kama wale wengine wanakuja na kuenda. Hakuna kitu wanatuletea kipya. Wana pesa ngapi? Ni dona gani anawasupport ndio wakuja hapo atupatie kidogo alafu waende wajitajirishe.
Na ile yenye imebaki.
Tukajiambia basi hiyo ndiyo imetupatia motisha. Sisi tunaitwa hatubanduki hapa. Hatuondoki. So kwa sababu ya hiyo zeal na hiyo we were very motivated because of what that lady said. And we decided to launch our book club. And we launched it on 27th of January this year. And it was a big boom. We had people from different places, including Voyager, we had animators, and the children were many, over 300 of them. And we were like, wow, it is because of a launch, that's why they are here. Apparently, the people we cannot forget, even if we can forget anybody, are Kenya National Library. Today, they are called Mombasa County Library. Those people have held our hands and they've walked with us. And they were there to read with the children. So after 2 weeks we went back to Moroto, and we went to Marycliff Primary School. And when we went there, we registered 422 young school going children.
Marycliff ni shule ambayo iko pale Chuda.
Yes.
Okay.
Karibu na Moroto slums hapo. And when we registered 422, we told ourselves, wow, how do we manage this 422? We thought of 50, 60, and here there are 422.
Turn up ilikuwa tofauti na matarajio.
Yes. Na tukasema we have decided we are not looking back. Then when we started now the real reading, we go there after every 2 weeks on a Saturday. When we started the reading, we realized these children, most of them are hungry. And we said we are not a feeding program. But again, the little we have, we can snack each other. We eat with them the little we have. We take with them the snacks. Then we continue reading. And that is what we have been doing for the last 5 months. Reading with them. Apart from reading with them, we realized there were other gaps within Moroto slums through these beautiful children God gave us. They normally come around 300, 200, 100, 150, 120. That number is never constant. Kama kuna harusi mahali hapo wanapotea, tunabaki na kama 90. So unajua harusi kuna mlo.
Lazima.
So reading is not important at that time, but we understand their children. Then from there we realized that there was another gap. These children go to school. We know that there is free primary education, but it is never free. Can assure you of that.
Yeah.
There are a few things here, pens, books, what. So in Marycliff, they pay 2,000 per term. So these 2,000 they pay per term, most of them cannot afford it.
Yeah.
So we sat again and said, how can we help these children, especially those who are in book club, to get to school without being interrupted because of these 2,000 shillings?
Yeah.
So we decided to start a program called Adopt a Child Back to School. And we were given a list of 68 needy children. And we have been able to adopt 19 of them. So
out of the 68.
Congratulations we can give ourselves.
So out of 68, you managed to adopt only 19.
Only 19. They live with their parents. We don't feed them. We only pay the fees to the school. So the school decides on how to deal with that. That is not us. But when we are reading, they have to come. We read with them. We gave them a condition: you have to be our member. So that again we monitor your progress.
Yeah.
And through the same program, we realized we have very young mothers, as young as 9 years old.
Oh.
Yes, 9 years old.
Msichana miaka 9.
Yes.
Tayari amejifungua.
Ana mtoto. Na wengine wamedhulumiwa na wajomba. Wengine ni relatives, friends and all that. Na most of them hawaendi kotini. They go to these kangaroo courts within the slums.
Oh, yeah.
Then because it is my uncle, we sort it out kinyumbani. But already kuna mtoto. Wakati mwingine kuna magonjwa. Then what happens? So mambo ni mengi pale slums. Apart from that, we started with our youths. We started Okoa Shilingi. Daktari atazungumza kuhusu Okoa Shilingi na beach cleanups.
So before daktari aongelee whatever Shilingi, so tunaona it's an unprofitable organization.
Yes.
And most of the time tukiangalia kwa society, it's these big organizations that are already making a profit. When you like to say it, let's use Bamburi Cement, they already finances out okay. That is when they decide to give back to the society. So what triggered you mkasema okay, it's an unprofit organization, but we are going to give back to the society hata kama we do not have the finances?
Okay, basically for us we have an origin story. You got a Superman, all the superheroes, an origin story.
Kuna tuna that story behind
the story behind. For us we were recruited to another association. They came, they talked to us, they wanted us to be chairmen like me. I was the chairman for Mvita sub-county. She was the chairperson for Nyali. We didn't know each other by then.
Okay.
And that association had very good intentions. Their setup was so good that they wanted to recruit more people to come on board. Then the money that they will get from the membership, that is every member was supposed to contribute 1,000 shillings. And every month you'll give out 1,000 shillings. So by the end of the month, they wanted to recruit almost 30-something thousand members from Mombasa, which was coming to around 160 million.
Okay.
Yeah, but they wanted all the money to be deposited in their bank account.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So for us, we were like, okay, there's something not right here. And by the end of the day, we proved that this was just a scam. They were just coming to scam people. And now that we are already in, and we decided we are not going with this, we pulled out, but the idea was noble.
Okay.
So we sat together and decided, you know what, that idea is good. Why don't we adapt it and do something about it? And that is whereby we started now coming together. I, Madam Karen, and other people. We were like 10.
When we were starting, we were around 10.
But initially we were around 3.
Yeah, we started 4.
4, yes. But after that, we picked others, and then they came on board. Basically for us, we wanted to have the association so that we can give back to the community also. We did not want to start drinking the money. Most groups, they come, 200 hapa 300 1000 and you drink, you party nini. But for us, we were like, hii pesa, instead of giving it out to the bars, why don't we do something with that little? So we formed the Sparkling Mind Association, and the main theme is to give back to the community, empower the community.
All right. Now, Sparkling Mind is how old so far?
Basically, we are 1 year. July, August.
Literally counting.
1 year, 2 months, basically. Yes.
Yeah. I can see Daktari is literally counting the fingers, you know.
Ukiuliza babako birthday yako hizi kuambia.
We are men were very hata nikiulizwa birthday ya mtu sasa hivi siwezi kujua.
All right, now you said that you started in a number of 4. So far mumefikia watu wangapi? And for people to be part and parcel of Sparkling Mind Association, like what are the criteria so that you can become a member of this amazing association?
Basically, so far we have almost 50 members. That is mostly youth. Then the core members that we started with, we are around 20. Yeah.
So is it you personally as the chairperson, right?
Director General.
Or as the director.
Yes.
Is it something that you're doing full time, or are you doing your work and then you come back?
It is not full time. It is part time. But now I'm realizing it's taking most of my time. Because sometimes it's eating into family time, work time. But it's a sacrifice. By the end of the day, the little that we do, it has so much impact that we go that extra mile. It's a sacrifice that we have to make. Basically, our objectives are very simple. That we empower the community through education, training and capacity building programs. This means that we might not have a lot, but we also collaborate with other institutions.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's something that we don't have, we go out and seek. We look at the gaps within the society, and we try to address those gaps. Kama for example, Okwa Shilingi. Okwa Shilingi basically means there are a lot of 1 shilling coins in the house, isn't it? People don't use them. Hata ukipeleka dukani
the shilingi itself.
Yes.
The silver shilingi.
Yeah, ukipeleka dukani mtu anakuambia hii pesa tutaki. Ona But for us we have started a program whereby we go to the street and we clean the streets. Then we ask the people surrounding that area, hii shilingi ambayo uko nayo which you throw away, tupatie sisi. That is, we have taken over some duties that are not ours, but by the end of the day, we are also creating employment and awareness also on clean environment.
The main purpose of cleaning is to create awareness that it is important for you to live in a very clean environment. And because it is important for you to live in a very clean environment, we need water when we are doing cleaning. We need the cleaning equipment when we are doing this. And when we get the many shillings, because you can decide you have done a good job, get 200 instead of the one shilling, or we get you had kept a lot, we take to the bank and we get the value equivalent, then that money does not go to anybody's pocket. It goes towards supporting the less privileged in the society. It goes back to buying the books for the children. It goes back for helping the children get the snacks which they need. Like even this Saturday we are going, and most of the time we go back to our pockets to snack the children. So when this cash is there, it snacks them. And the other thing is about the pad drive. So the girl child in the slums actually lack that essential thing. The girls in the house, you know how important the pad is. So when it is lacked, you know what happens. And that's why even that shilling again goes towards buying pads for the very needy who cannot afford even one.
Show kwenye anga ikiwa ni The Blue Drive, shabab kubwa ndani ya East and Central Africa. Na mjengoni kama tulivyokuwa tumezungumza hapo awali, niko na Sparkling Minds Association, my good people. Na the conversation was ongoing, pengine kama una join in. I am joined by one Madam Karen Awar and Daktari. Jamani, mbona jina linanipotea hivyo? Dr. Omar Masumbuko. And of course the conversation is just breathtaking and it is a good one. Na kabla tuende, kulikuwa na swali ambalo niko nimepewa naye One Violet Akoko. Alikuwa anauliza, je, niko na hizi shilingi na ni kwa jinsi gani ambazo hizi shilingi zinaweza kufikia Sparkling Mind Association?
Asante sana. The modality that we mostly use ni tunatembea na sahani
Sahani like literally a plate.
Literally yes. So hizo mashilingi huwa zinakuwa hapo hivyo. Then tukimaliza tunazipeleka bank, zinakuwa kwa weighed. Then tunapata equivalent so that we can use this money for other projects like the book club, feeding program of the snacking of the kids. Yeah, that is it. But kama yeye yuko nazo na yataka kutupatia mwanzo yaka wapi? Kama ni within this area ya blue anaweza kukuletea then mboya mimi nakujua bana
tunajuana vizuri
kabisa mwanzo na mashtaka mimi katika kichwa changu saizi ndo nasikia tu da umenichanganya kabisa. Mziki ulikuwa kwa mtamu sana. Yeah, thank you.
That is all about Blue Radio. As you see there, it is all about bringing the vibe.
Yes. Sasa basically nilikuwa nataka put more emphasis on why we started the book club. While we were at the Moroto, we realized that we did proper research for like a whole month on how are we going to interact with the underprivileged children from the Moroto. And unfortunately we came to realize a sad fact that those kids are very bright. Very, very bright. But unfortunately they fail miserably during their exam time. Now the question comes, why do they fail and they are very bright? We came to realize that they don't understand the language. They do 10 subjects in English, only one subject in Swahili. So how are they going to pass?
Wakati hao wenyewe wamezoea kuzungumza Kiswahili wakiwa manyumbani.
Exactly.
Na that reading habit hawana.
Yes. So we decided to bring the reading culture back in such a way that the book club, we will read with them and move and journey with them for the next few years that they're in primary school. Because once they understand to read, I mean English language, they can read, then the rest becomes easy. Yeah, and they will pass the exams definitely. Yeah, because already the brains are there. Yeah.
So in this reading project that you people are doing, are you like incorporating audiovisual? Are you using pictures? I mean, it's just the books the textbooks that we are used to.
Actually, majorly we are using books at the moment because we needed to interact with these children and know them well first and see where we can bring in other things. Within the reading club, we have not started bringing any audios or, but we have the Kindles, which we get from the Mombasa County Library, formerly Kenya National Library, which they can read through. And we are guiding them with that. But apart from that, we are using the flashcards and we are using the books, which are helping us to evaluate them and see how to group them and make the reading more interesting, better, and help those who are struggling improve. Yeah.
So far, like what has been the greatest challenges that you people have faced in this journey? Because najua sio rahisi, especially working with kids.
One major challenge is the volunteers. Remember, these children are many. Professional teachers within the association are around 3, and they don't come every time we are doing the reading. So we rely heavily on the volunteers. Even ourselves, we are volunteers. So you find that because these people are not paid anything to teach these children, they are there today, the next time they are not there because they have to hustle. Lazima wajitafutie pia. Wengine wamepata kazi, wengine wamechoka tu, hana fare, uwezi enda kumvuta manake haumlipi. So niyo, the main problem is consistency. Kwa sababu leo wamefundishwa na Mboya, kesho wanafundishwa na Ann, kesho kutu wanafundishwa na Dr. Omar. Na wajua ukila consistency, ile siku wamefundishwa na Karen, her way of teaching sio sawa na Dr. Omar. So that is our major challenge. And we sat down tukajiuliza, how do we get volunteers who will be in charge of these learners come rain, come sunshine? And we came up with a modality, something like schemes of work in school, whereby the day Karen is not there, she worked up to here and she's working. We have grouped them in 3 major groups. Group 1 is for those who can read very well. And we do with them different things completely. They read a little bit, they do public speaking, they do debate, so that again they don't get bored with the books. But they do other things which can help them tap their talents and grow. The group 2 are those who can read but not read properly. You get some words they can't read, or they pronounce them the way they are written. So those ones, we journey with them slowly by slowly because we want them to join group 1. And there is this group that cannot read at all. So hapo ndio kazi iko. And in that group, we normally sit and ask ourselves, are we making progress or not? The other thing is absenteeism. Leo huyu mtoto yuko, next time hayuko. Sababu ni mami aliniambia anaenda kibarua nibaki na mwenzangu nyumbani. Niliambiwa nioshe vyombo, nifanye hivi sikuja. So that lack of consistency is the major challenge. I know snacking is not easy because we go back to our pocket, but thanks to a few organizations like Umoja Raba who have actually journeyed with us and provided snacks for us. We just snack them because we don't have a feeding program. But we snack them to keep them going because they are those who have not had meals. But now our main challenge is now maintaining those who are facilitating them and getting the right books. Because we have some donations of books. We depend on Mombasa County Library, but we don't get enough books because we need like a series. If we are reading a series, each person is reading the same book, even the facilitator can now know whether you can read or not. But if each person is having his or her own book, it is very challenging to keep track. So that is our major challenge with them. The other thing, we have children who have never been to school at all, as old as 12, 13, and they are interested in coming to the book club. So some have been lucky to be adopted to get into the system of schooling, but there are those we have not managed.
So, Daktari, I want to ask this question. Like, how are you able to convince that the typical African parent, this program is good for your kids, allow your kids to come and join Okwena wenzao? And that thing is, you've said summer in school. So how are you able to plan for these kids so that you ensure that terms zao na zenu pia zinaendana, nobody's left out?
Basically, for us, we mostly work on Saturdays. Saturdays, these are the days that kids are home. And one of the preventive measures that we are using so that these kids do not go in the streets, we welcome them to the book club. So that by the end of the day, instead of roaming around, playing in the mud, doing other stuff, they come to the book club, and we talk to the parents. During the launch, we explain to them the benefit of the kids coming to the book club. At least they are in a safe space. A space whereby they can come, they can interact with others. At least gain something instead of wako huko mitani wakizunguka. So for the parents, it is a win-win situation. Unless mzazi yuko na kazi, unless yuko na kitu ambacho ataka mtoto afanye, mostly they do send them to the book club for those 4 hours. For us, that is a blessing also.
All right. Now, there is this aspect of one of your projects, talking about comprehensive support for young parents. Like, how does that work around with Sparkling Mind?
Okay. Basically, one of the gaps we identify within the slums is that we have a lot of young women who have given birth. And sometimes it is not of their choice. It has happened.
According to whatever Madam Karen said earlier on, kuna wengine waliweza tuseme ni kulaitiwa ama something like that.
So in that kind of situation, we always say kosa sio kosa. Ona na mtoto akinyelea paja halikatwi ama vipi. So it is up to us now to make sure that these young women are guided in the right direction. One, we want to empower them. One, either if they are young enough to go back to school so that they can continue the journey, or if they are old enough and they don't want to go back to school, we look for work for them or projects for them so that they can do and start earning a little bit of cash. Because by the end of the day, most of them end up having the second child. Why do they get the second child? Because they are out there looking for sustenance for the first child, you see. Then they get, I think you understand it's sad.
Very sad.
Because by the end of the day, you will want to buy milk or get Pampers, then you come to Yake kama mimi. In the process, I convince you on, I'll give you milk ya mtoto. Then you end up getting another one. So those are the things that we want to empower these young women so that they don't get into such kind of a situation. You see, once they are financially capable, they will not go back again. They can support their families, their kids, and so on.
Right.
And with education, if they go back to school, it means they will not have time now to start doing this other thing. They will be concentrating on their on the school basically and learning.
kuna mtu hapa ananiuliza we are talking about the girl child and what of the boy child and there was one person who we were with when you were doing the introduction of Sparkling Minds na akasema I remember Madam Karen akisema they buy boxers for the boys and what about that initiative, you know? And pia anasema there are many mental health programs for the girls and boys, so are you part and parcel of that? Do you put more effort on the boy child also, or it is just entirely on the girl child?
Thank you very much for that question. We put effort on both, only that when it comes to pads, it affects the girl child more. When it comes to early pregnancies, boys don't get pregnant. But we have programs for the boys, especially on the mentorship. We are working very closely with MUCSA, that is Mombasa University and Colleges Association, and TUMSA, the Technical University. They're doing mentorships, especially in the high schools. And they're giving hopes to even to the boy child. Our major project with the boy child is with the PWDs, that is the Mombasa Secondary for the Physically Handicapped. And we are starting a fish pond there with them, just to encourage the boy child and know that disability is not inability. And the fish pond we are doing with them, we are doing especially with the scouts, so that those who are very needy, when they sell this fish, they can get their school fees. They will also learn the technique of rearing fish, rearing chicken, and growing of high-end vegetables. I know they come from homes whereby there is a piece of land. But because we were brainwashed, especially when I was growing up, and everybody thought that white-collar job is the only job, and you don't need to till the land. Tilling the land was left for those who did not go to school. We are telling them agriculture is the backbone of this country. You can go back and become a billionaire, not even a millionaire, with agriculture. And that's why we are doing agriculture with the boy child at Mombasa Secondary for the Physically Handicapped. Our reading, we read with both boys and girls, despite reading at Mary Cliff, which is a purely girls' school. But we have children from across Chuda. Why Chuda? When you're starting something and you know you are not financially that stable, you stay somewhere until you see the fruits. If the fruits are there, and we can enjoy the fruits, then why not the rest of Mombasa? Why not the rest of coast? Why not the whole country? If it is something which is going to put a smile on a child's face. And when we were buying books the other day for the children, remember Mary Cliff have got boys in nursery, that is preschool. They were also bought for books, so the boy child is not left out. And we said, yes, we have concentrated more on the girl child, but when we are buying pads for the girl child, let's also remember boxers and vests for the boy child. So they are very much included. I'm a mother of a boy, so I appreciate boys that much.
So before we come back to the pads issue, there's this, what I'm getting from whatever the doctor is saying, that you're empowering the girl child, probably so they may not fall back and bring a second born on board when they are not financially stable. But you're putting too much emphasis on the girl child. Don't you think that, what are you doing to empower the boy child and to ensure that pia huyu boy child aendi kusaidia huyu dem kuongeza the second born?
You know, Kate is saying something that Violet just said. There are people who are following on this conversation, and they are also trying to keep the conversation going. So Violet on my side is saying that boys don't get pregnant. After you said boys don't get pregnant, that is true, but they are part of the mess.
Yes, they are part of the mess.
So what are you doing to ensure the boy child pia and learn from all this experience?
Okay, the only thing we have started, which I don't want to lie that we have done so much, it is the mentorship program whereby we are creating awareness. And we have started it in small bits, in that we want to see the impact it can create in the area surrounding Moroto. But we have not done a major one, which we can say we have 20, 30 of them. So we are doing it in small bits by just talking to the few we get and telling them the importance of respecting that girl child you are seeing there. They are your mothers, they are your sisters, they are your nieces, they are your everything. So, but we have not done much on that. I don't want to lie about that.
For us as Sparkling Minds and the book club, in fact, within the book club, we do a lot of talks, especially with the children, because by the end of the day, we realize that the mindset change is very important. Once we started the book club, the kids were ill-mannered. They will grab food, they will make noise, they'll be jumping up and down. But through our talks, now they have, you can see these kids are moving towards a certain direction and they like it. They come, they sweep, the boys, they carry the chairs, do everything. Then we talk to the boys also, so that they understand to have respect for the ladies, for the young girls they're with. Before they used to pull the girls' hair, they will fight. Yeah, but through the talks with the boys, because like one of our members, Tabitha, she groups them. She goes sit with the boy, then I mean the girls, then Bwana Joseph from Fully Africa, he is one of our main collaborators, volunteer. They talk to the boys and the girls, Madam Nani talks to them. You see, so we keep on talking to them, and that is part and parcel of building them up from the young age, so that they understand how to treat a lady, how to behave in the society, those kind of things. We want to change their mindset from the violence that they had to become and to understand this is a woman and how you should treat them.
So, you know, like when we talk about sanitary towels, this is a sensitive issue. So you say that you're empowering the girl child and sanitary towels to ensure that they're not left out of school. But the question is, utakuja utanipea that one packet. Is only 8 pieces. For how long can these 8 pieces sustain me and ensure that I'm in school throughout?
Yes, now we have several projects. In fact, before we started the sanitary towel, we had envisioned ourselves doing the reusable, recyclable parts. In fact, some of our members were trained, and unfortunately the material are a little bit expensive, so we embarked on the pad drive because that one is a big thing. But one of our aims eventually is to have cottage industries for these young mothers, so that they make these pads themselves, they're reusable, and then we distribute them, so that by the end of the day, if they have the normal ones they can use, but by the end of the day they have something in store. If they miss that, they can go back to the reusable sanitary pads. Yeah.
Like, I really love how you're talking about this, because I think we're going to have a conversation about sanitary towels, and boy, I was like, I am a man. Why should I be involved in this thing?
Why would you want to spoil, Bana? Why would you want to spoil? Anyway,
lazima tukuanike.
Why would you want to?
Is really suffering from period poverty, and one thing for sure, for 5 days every month they will miss class, but with the reusable sanitary pads, which have a lifespan of 2 years, yes, they can always keep on
using it.
If they are distributed, the normal pads they will use, keep these ones, but after 1 month, 2 months, they'll be gone.
True.
They go back to their reusable sanitary towel. That was what we wanted to do, and that is part and parcel of our future plans.
All right. So far you don't have the reusable sanitary towels.
In fact, we are having talks with people so that we can start having a mini cottage industry with the young mothers, so that they can get employed doing the reusable sanitary pad at the same time, distribute them among the needy.